release Anthony?
Well, we thought it was a chance to get our football team a little bit better, and we like Anthony. He did a lot of great things for this organization. But at the end of the day, we thought Caleb adds a little bit more to the defensive line room. We got a good chance to take a look at him, and we had good grades on him when he came out, and we decided to make the move.
What did you like about him when he was coming out?
Well, he was disruptive in the passing game. He was a good pass rusher, along with decent against the run, So at Cleveland, he had a couple sacks, so got some experience, got some pass rush ability, so we brought him in for a look.
Yeah, and with Anthony, do you think you're getting more versatility with Caleb than you were with Anthony? Anthony was obviously stronger against the
that's
pass.
the thought right now, and it's jury's still out. We'll still get a good chance to look at Caleb. He doesn't have to play right away, so he's got a chance to get in here, learn defense a little bit, develop, because we have some defensive linemen ahead of him right now who'll play on game day. So he'll get some work in practice, and we'll get a good look at him for the next couple of weeks and go from there.
When you bring in a player like Caleb, who had the incident at Florida, the reported incident, or even to an extent a player like Adrian, who had the thing a couple years ago, do you guys take into account at all what kind of headlines might come with that kind of signing, or is it more of a character evaluation?
A little bit of both, more of a character evaluation, and from what we understood, the charges are dropped and everything's okay, and he's been there at Cleveland the last couple of years, so there haven't been any issues yet. So we'll see. We understand who he is, where he comes from, and what he's done and what he's going to do, and we got to hope we get the best out of him, both as a player and as a person.
Unrelated to all that, how are you handling the schedule this week? Obviously, we're only here Wednesday, Thursday. We're not here on Friday. Are you guys taking it as a usual Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? And then, if so, what have the practices the last 2 days been like?
Today was just a couple bonus days we had, us against us, and then tomorrow will be the day off for the players, and we'll start into our severe preparation for Arizona on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we leave Friday and have another walkthrough Saturday over there.
Have you had a chance to take a look at Arizona? Just what are your kind of impressions of them?
Arizona? Well, they're good. They're a very talented football team. Like I said, they have some great skilled players, and obviously one of the top running backs in the National Football League and one of the best receivers in the history of the game. And Sam Bradford's a very efficient quarterback. In a little bit he played last year at Minnesota. I think he was 35 for 38 in his first game. And then he had the unfortunate injury. And obviously they have Rosen, who can also play quarterback, and Mike Glennon. So they have a good football team, plenty of weapons, physical team, and it'll be a great challenge without a doubt.
When you have a team that's gone through a coaching change like that, how does that affect your prep as far as, you don't have a whole lot of tape of what they're going to do specifically?
Yeah, we have 4 games, obviously, in the preseason, which, everybody's worried about, everybody's hiding everything and not showing everything, which, could be the case. But we also have to go back to when Coach McCoy was an offensive coordinator last year, and you have to go back when Coach Wilkes was a defensive coordinator last year at Carolina. So we have a lot of film to look at. Sometimes you have too much film to look at. You're not sure how they're going to make all the pieces fit. He doesn't have the same personnel he had at Carolina that he has now. He's got a talented football team, but it's still a little bit different. So I'm sure he'll make adjustments based on that. So it's, it's very important for our system to be sound no matter what we see. And we have to adjust possibly game time at different looks we may have not seen.
How do you condense that down for the players? Or do you show them all? You're obviously sorting through things as a coach.
Condense it down and make it easy for them, but at the same time, we have to challenge them mentally, because this is the way it's going to be. We'll have plenty of tape for them to watch, so there's never going to be a shortage of tape around here for these guys to watch and study. And there's a thought that you could study too much and maybe see too many things, see too many ghosts, but we want to try to get them as prepared as possible, while also being able to play fast and efficient.
Jay, you've talked about the need to start fast multiple times going back to Richmond. How do you implement that now that it is game week?
Well, we're trying. We're trying to get the right people in here, get the people in the right spots, make sure we're sound with our communication, and discipline in our fundamentals. And then obviously you have to protect the football at all times. The easiest way to start slow is have a couple turnovers early and let the Arizona crowd get into it early, and it puts you behind the 8 ball. It's very, very difficult to overcome on the road. So I understand being on the road it's tough no matter who you play, and Arizona's one of the better home crowds in the NFL. It's going to be loud, and that's a challenge that presents itself in itself, let alone the players that they have. So the big thing is ball security, playing fast, and obviously tackling extremely well.
You had mentioned, maybe limiting Chris Thompson a little bit early in the year. How hard will that be to do, considering you had said he looks really good, he feels really good, And when you get in the heat of a game, is it going to be hard to really limit what you want from him?
Yeah, we're going through that right now. We have a lot of different packages, and we just have to limit the packages and try to figure out the best way to get our best players on the field. He could see anywhere between 5 snaps and 90 snaps right now. It depends on how he feels and how he feels on game day. He's such a great weapon for us, not only in the passing game, catching routes, but he's great pass protection, and he's also a very good runner, as we all know. So temptation will be there to play him a lot, but we also have, Rob Samaje, Adrian, that also can take some of the work off of him.
You ended up with a young group of wide receivers is your backups once you went through cuts. Maurice hasn't played a whole lot in games. You got 2 rookies. What do you like about that group, and what concerns you about them?
We have 6 guys in here, and we'll probably dress 5, maybe 4. We'll see how it is on game day. But Trey Quinn obviously has shown the ability to play every position. He's very, very smart. He's detailed in his routes, strong hands, great after the catch. So I don't worry about Trey one bit. He's come in like a veteran, and he's learning from a pretty good player in Jamison. So he's taken a lot of reps when Jamison was down for a few days, performed extremely well. Cam obviously showed flashes early and then the last preseason game, but he's taken a little bit of a back seat because of his injury. But he's now recovered, and he's got all the tools to be a good receiver. How much we'll use him will be dependent on how Maurice Harris is. If Mo's ready to go, then we may not have to use Cam quite as often. But I feel great about the receiver room. Jamison being a veteran of that group, which is crazy. Josh and Paul, he's still feeling his way through, but Paul gives us a dimension we haven't had here since Deshaun, and I think they're all very good players.
Jay, it's probably not a big thing, but I see you brought in another quarterback, and unfortunately it doesn't have a Wikipedia page. So I don't know, what can you tell me about this guy?
He was just San Diego's backup out there and got a few reps, not a whole lot. I have some arm talent. We just want to get a guy in here, a third guy, to take a look at, see how he does, and just how he handles himself, how he throws the ball in these routes versus air, and we'll go from there.
I know that Cam played quite a bit of special teams at Alabama. How has he been so far in that role here, and could that actually keep him active on game day over a guy like Maurice?
It could. He's got to improve in that department, without a doubt. Trey Quinn's done an excellent job in that department also, so those 2 guys have stepped up, and Maurice Harris has proven to be a very reliable guy in that department. So we understand the 4th, 5th receiver on game day is going to have to produce on special teams some way, somehow, and all 3 of those guys will. Or they better.
Anything else? All right, locker room's open.
Thank you.